Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, a bit explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. This video comes from the Blount County Sheriff's Office in Tennessee. This video does not follow a typical critical incident briefing type of video that you would expect from other police agencies. There is no spokesperson from this agency talking about the background on this case and what goes on, etc. They do provide some information on the screen itself, some key points of what's going on, but they don't have any other information. They just basically put out the raw body cam and in-cam or in-car cam footage from this incident. There is some more information about the suspect that I will get into towards the end of this video, and some other individuals who are connected to this case who are also arrested alongside him. So without further ado, we'll get into this. This did occur in February of 2024. I believe it was February 8th that this occurred, and he was caught February 13th of 2024. There's nothing wrong with your audio. This is an Axon camera system. It is in buffering mode, meaning it captures up to 30 seconds or a minute before you hit the record button. It only records video in buffer mode, doesn't do audio. But once the record button is hit, that is when the audio will kick in.
.306. 306. Can you call in a dispatch?
Definitely.
Go ahead, babe.
639 Bravo Lima, Bravo Yankee. It's displayed on the silver Lexus. Severe rear-end. Can I get your house in a second? We're in the middle of the road at 4961 Circle. Sorry, I'm all right. Can we pull up into this driveway right here? All right, I'll see you up there. Hold on just a second. I'll talk to you. .335. Pulling out of the roadway. Never mind, we're still on the roadway. Do me a favor, brother. Pull into the driveway. That way we're all the way out of the road. Okay? 335. We pulled into 4959. All right, my friend. Now that we're out of the way there.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. My name's Shelby. I work for the Blount County Sheriff's Office. I stopped you not because you were all over the road.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice it. I just put my hair up.
Putting your hair up?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had anything to drink or anything?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
No. I'm really just leaving. No, I'm just leaving Suburban.
Okay.
Just got back from Gatlinburg Pittman.
Cool.
Just got a phone with my son. I said, son, you should have came home because he hurt his knee real bad, the GP game. And I literally just got the phone with him.
Okay. Did you go to the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally just got done.
Okay.
They're still there. I literally can show you. I just got the phone with my son.
I believe you.
And,
Where are you headed to tonight?
I'm on my way home.
Where you live at?
Alcoa.
Alcoa? Okay. Go for it. You care to see your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please? All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't think I was swerving up.
Yeah, well, you went across the line just a little bit, and I thought, well, maybe
I would just put my hair up. I'm sorry, I got hot. I just put my hair up.
I got you. Yeah, you were like you were all the way completely in the other lane.
I called my mama and say, Mama, I'm not gonna make it tonight. I gotta go get clothes. Like I'm just dealing with a lot. I promise I didn't do nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you're going through some stuff.
Oh, it's a lot going on.
Yeah,
but
So I want to point out right now how he's talking, his demeanor and everything. He's very soft-spoken, very apologetic, etc. And that's going to be a very huge difference between how he is talking at the end. Right now, he's putting on a show. And this will make a whole lot more sense when at the end of the video I go more into his criminal background, how many crimes and types of crimes he's been involved in. At his core, this is not him. This is the fake version of him. This is his camouflage. All right? He is trying to talk himself out of this situation. Why? Well, number one, he has a gun in the car, which obviously we end up finding out later. And he's a convicted felon. It's something he is not supposed to have. I don't know if at the end of this incident, what was found in the vehicle after. I don't know how long it took before they even found the vehicle. So there's no telling what else was in the vehicle during this time. There could have been a lot of drugs in this vehicle, for all we know. But he is trying his hardest to be all nice and calm and look like the innocent person. Didn't do nothing wrong. I was just putting my hair up. Yeah, no, it's a bullshit lie. And you're going to see his true colors come out. You're going to see the real him towards the end of this video. And then at the end of the video, when I talk about his background, you're going to find out what kind of real person he is.
Literally just got the phone with my son, just talked to the guy that's painting. Sent me a picture of some lights that he sent me.
Okay.
That I literally just got the phone with him.
Okay, good deal.
I paint mama's house. He just sent me this.
I got you.
And I called him back, but I'm on Bluetooth.
Okay, you're good.
But I'm on Bluetooth. So Tennessee has a law that you can't have your cell phone in your hand while you're driving. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that the law is so restrictive in that regard that you can't even hold the phone when a navigation app is turned on, like a map, like a GPS. Like you can't even be holding it for that purpose. So I thought it was kind of funny that he very quickly wanted to point out, but I'm on YouTube, Bluetooth though. No.
Do you have your registration insurance?
Yeah, I'm in my mama's car. I'm in her car. My truck is at her house. I'll show you what I just done so you can know what I'm doing. I ain't lying. I just left to take a video.
Yeah, I'm coming forward. Come on.
You will also notice throughout this, when she is talking on the radio, you don't hear any background radio noise. And this is because she has an earpiece in. So the portable radios have a lapel mic that you can attach to it. And on that lapel mic, there is a little audio jack plug. And you can plug a headphone into that. And when the radio beeps and people are talking on it, no one can hear that radio except for you because you have the earpiece in. Not everyone does this. I like the merits of it because, you know, the idea behind it is only you get to hear it. If you're talking to someone and they have a warrant and dispatch comes back on the radio and says they have a warrant, well, that doesn't give them that information that you know they're going to jail. So they may be acting all cool, calm, and, you know, trying to play it off like, oh, you know, they ain't going to find out, yada, yada, yada. When in reality, when you have that earpiece in and you hear it, you already know what's up. And you can start to formulate a plan in your head on how you're going to deal with this before this person even figures out that you already know they're wanted. There's been cases where, you know, having a regular radio, dispatch comes back and says the person's wanted. And as soon as that person hears that, bam, the fight's on. So I like the merits of it. However, for me personally and for other people, it's just it's uncomfortable. I've never found an earpiece that would fit in my ear comfortably. Over time, it just becomes a discomfort. It's a painful kind of feeling. And then also a bit of a, I guess you could say like an annoying kind of irritable feeling because it's like it retains the moisture inside there when it makes that seal. And I've always felt like when I have an earphone in, I don't know, it feels more like wet, I guess you could say. I don't know how else to explain it. And then also the maintenance of it, like having to pick out all the earwax and everything that compacts in it. So great idea, but for me, I just haven't found a product that works very well. And so I've kind of abandoned that a long time ago. But anyway, that's why you hear her talking, but you don't hear anything in the background. She has an earpiece in.
I got you.
Just took a video of everything.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
This is in Seville. One literally just jumped in her car. Mm-hmm. Showed her a video of her house. We just got it. Just got done getting it painted.
Yeah,
I literally just left. I just want to go to bed.
Okay.
Is this it?
Close enough for registration.
All right, so that was a skip in time. So if you look at the timestamp on the body cam, it is 20:07. We'll skip back real quick. Of course, it wants to do that.
I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
All right, so I'm sorry, 20:07:16, and it skips to 24. I don't think that they skipped this out because there was anything in there that was like protected or anything like that. I think they just skipped that out because it was just a bunch of unnecessary footage of him digging around trying to find something and then finally finding it. It's just kind of a waste of space, so to speak. But just wanted to point that out that there was a time skip there.
Is this
it? Close enough for registration. What about your insurance? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll let you call her. I'm going to go check this out, and I'll come back up here and talk to you about the insurance when you figure it out, okay?
Thank you.
The other time skip will be while she's in the car. It skips like 4 minutes.
Hey, so car smells like weed, and he was in the opposite lane on Seville River Road. Pretty sure I got a DUI, but I think it's weed. I don't think it's alcohol. So.
Okie dokie. How far in Seville Road are you?
4951. I'm right here next to Destiny Lane.
Destiny, a little bit better. Are you this side of the 13 curves or that side?
What side are you on?
I'm at
The town side?
I'm at the hospital.
I'm up here past Alfred McCammon and Doc Norton towards out of town, towards Burnett Station.
Okay.
If you pass Alfred, come on past Alfred McCammon, you'll see my lights.
Okay, I'm on my way to you.
All right, thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you.
See you.
335.
335.
I had a middle call. Will you check Knox Severe, please?
10-4.
Alright, so that was the other time skip right there. So let's back it up. So
I had a middle call.
so you'll notice the timestamp here. It's 29:30.
Will you check Knox Severe, please?
10-4.
And then skips to 2013. So I don't think that they're blocking out, any sensitive information or anything like that. I think they're just taking out a bunch of unnecessary footage that doesn't really show anything going on. It's just her waiting for backup to get there, or she's, looking through this guy's criminal history or something on the computer.
Hey, did you figure that paperwork out, brother?
Yeah, she said it's paid. She's on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, tell her, Mama.
You got the card there?
I got a bunch of them,
A
but
bunch of them?
they're all formers.
Okay, I got you.
You said, go ahead, Mama. She's right here.
Hey. Hey, my name's Shelby. I work for the Blount County Sheriff's Office. Nice to hear you. I'd say nice to meet you, but we're not next to each other.
Okay. You know Dorsfield?
She says she works for Blount County, Mama, not Severe County.
Yeah, I don't think I do, man.
She works. She works in there.
Okay, I got you.
Counties.
Oh, I understand. We're all right here next to each other. I get it.
But I got them all. They're all just.
But yeah, just old ones. Okay. Well, I'll just look through them and see if any of them are valid.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave this half with you. I'll take this half.
So sometimes, when the tag is ran, it comes back that, the insurance is with it. Lots of places when you go to renew the tags on your vehicle, you have to show proof of insurance at the time that you go get those tags. With how insurance companies have different setups as far as time frames and stuff like that on when you renew, it's month to month. It could be, a 6-month thing, it could be a 1-year thing that you're all paid up for. And there's just so many different insurance companies, and each state may have, different database systems in place, county plate system, maybe using one system and another state uses, this system for everything. And so all these things may not mesh up very well. And you may have some instances where when a tag is ran, it doesn't show whether or not a person has insurance. Personally, to me, I think that, if the insurance companies, are so motivating to get laws passed where you have to have vehicle insurance to even drive a vehicle on the roadway, and can influence all this other stuff. I I think the insurance companies need to come up with a system where it can be a lot easier to check and verify whether or not a person's insurance is valid. Whether that's a law that forces the insurance companies to have a special law enforcement sign in to where they can actually go in, do a remote sign in to check and verify whether or not people have insurance, some type of law that makes everything linked together, some type of system or process. That would be nice, right? Because it's an annoyance. It's an inefficiency with how the current system is made up right now. It is freaking 2024, and there's no easy way to check to verify if a person has insurance other than having to carry a physical copy with you all the time. I keep up with my insurance, right? But sometimes there's times where the insurance people mess up and they or the post office messes up and you don't get your mail. You don't get your actual physical card. This has happened to me more than once where I don't get an actual physical card in the mail. And I have to go down to the freaking insurance company and get a temporary one printed off or, I hear recently because I ran into that problem again, I finally made an account to sign in for my insurance and have an app on my phone, and I can print off temporary cards from my phone. I shouldn't have to go through that, right? Like I should not have to have that kind of burden on me to prove that I have the insurance. This multi-billion-dollar industry should be able to make it a whole lot easier for law enforcement just to check and verify whether or not a freaking vehicle has insurance or not. All right, rant over. Moving on.
I'm just calling, I guess, to put our card, the paper they give us to put in there.
Yeah, that's okay. I understand. It happens.
But as long as you run a tag and stuff, it should show up, right?
It doesn't come back with the tag. No, a lot of times it will come back with the tag. It didn't come back with the tag. That's the only reason I'm asking you for it. There's that half. There's your old ones.
What'd you say, my mom?
What didn't come back?
The insurance, it's okay. I don't know. I just put my hair up and she said I swear, so I'm sorry.
Here you go. Let's see this one. See what we can figure out.
She said you probably tired. I'm tired, but running for her and these dang kids.
Yeah. How many kids you got, brother?
5.
5?
Yeah.
That's too many.
And I just left my 15-year-old game and he wanted to stay and watch the varsity.
Yeah.
And he has therapy in the morning. I just had surgery on my knee.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's not good.
I just literally just called him out to tell her that I'm not going to be able to bring her clothes tonight. I'll bring them in the morning.
I got you.
I don't know. I guess I can just hand her all this stuff.
That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I got you. You got like 15 insurance cards.
Yeah, I'm
you're good.
perfectly fine though. I'm literally just going home. I'm about to go home and take a shower and lay down. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I got you. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I am gonna have you step out and hang out with me.
Step out for what?
So I smell weed in the car. Have you ever smoked weed in this car?
I don't smoke or nothing.
Okay, you don't smoke or nothing?
No.
Has anybody ever smoked in the car?
Nobody. This is my grandma's car.
Okay,
That's
I got you.
bogus, man.
Okay, well, let's smell it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you step out and hang out with me, okay? My partner's going to get here. We'll search as long as everything's good. I'll get you home.
There ain't no weed in here. Nobody smokes weed. Don't do me like that now.
Okay. Don't do you like what?
All right, so now she has let the cat out the bag, so to speak. She knows she has a backing unit en route. There's still this issue of he hasn't proven that the vehicle is insured. Personally, I think that she should have just continued to play this, hey, we got to make sure this vehicle has insurance, keep looking for the, card. I'll take these cards back to the car with me and look through them, or, I'll call this, 1-800 number and talk to them to see if I can verify it, blah, blah, blah. Just waste time until that backing unit can get there, and then go let the cat out the bag. Because what you'll see what happens. It ends up being a long, drawn-out thing to where she tells me to get out of the car, he says no, and it goes on for amount of time, and I think that just builds a little bit more confidence in him that he can say no and get away with saying no, and then nothing happens.
She's trying to say she smells weed, and I'm like, I don't smoke weed. Nobody I know smoke weed.
Okay, I didn't accuse you of smoking weed.
I got my kids' backpacks and folk. We literally just went to...
Okay.
Exactly, it's been a leather.
Okay.
It's never been smoked in
Like it's me, man. My own black, and they just being messy.
It ain't got.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with that race card bullshit.
Nothing like, it ain't got nothing to do with that, brother.
I guarantee you run a dog right here. One of the dog get on this car.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sit right here.
Our dogs don't hit on weed, and there's not a dog coming out here. It's me and my partner.
Well, I'm not. I'm refusing to.
No, there's no refusing. So when I smell the odor of marijuana, I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
I need you to get a dog, ma'am. I'm refusing to search.
There's no refusing.
There's no weed. Go get your partner and tell him to come over and sniff.
Okay, my partner is not a dog. My partner's a person.
Okay,
that's on the way.
Your partner come sniff. I'm refusing to search.
That's fine. You can't refuse a search.
Why can't I refuse a search?
Because I've got probable cause to search the vehicle because of the smell.
Now they trying to be messy for no reason.
I'm not trying to be messy with you, brother. I'm trying to make this easy.
And, and you'll find out later, what this guy's criminal history is like. But at this point, I already know what his criminal history is like. And this guy knows that she does have probable cause to get in this vehicle. He is trying his best to stall and try to get this thing to go his way, because he knows as soon as they start going through that vehicle, they're going to find the gun. And I suspect that there's probably more stuff in there than just the gun. But he knows as soon as they found that gun, he's done with.
Okay.
I'm just refusing to search. I love you, Mama.
Listen.
And I will also say that it probably doesn't help that in some places, this kind of attitude is rewarded. There are some agencies that don't want to take the risk of anything occurring, and they coddle and they pander the criminals, and they let them kind of have their way like it's Burger King. It is more prevalent in jails and prisons. And it sucks that jails and prisons, don't have, well, some do, but overwhelmingly, most do not have their officers wearing body cams. And the footage from inside those places can mostly be denied on an open records request because showing the inside of a jail could jeopardize the safety and security, blah, blah, blah. But these acts of defiance and opposition go unchecked a lot of times in jails and prisons. And this guy has been in and out of jails and prisons since 2002. And so no telling how many times he got to act like this and nothing happened. No one did anything to him about it, and he got his way.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
I don't know why they're doing this, ma'am. I was just trying to go home. I literally just left your house. I literally just took a video so I could show you everything that everybody did with the paint and everything in the toilets, and they just pulled me over for no reason They see my fucking hair put up. I'm black with dreads, and they pulling this mess for no reason.
It ain't got nothing to do with that, brother. I couldn't see you when I pulled you.
I am beyond being so freaking sick and tired of this race card bull crap. You know, oh, my skin color's this, you're picking on me, blah, 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 blah. That is the most overplayed bull crap. And I think that it's starting to turn around, and I think the rest of the people in this country are starting to get sick and tired of it as well. They're starting to see it's bull crap. Because who are the ones who are always crying this bull crap? The criminals. The ones who are the ones who are doing stuff like this. They are always the one who are making these accusations of profiling. And I think people are starting to realize that. They're starting to realize, oh, well, there's not actual real racism going on. It's criminals just trying to make excuses.
Nobody smokes weed. I don't smoke weed.
Okay,
I've never been around weed.
Okay. I didn't say you did. I didn't say that you smoke weed. I said it smells like weed.
I'm going to say that's a lie. Never been around anybody that smoked weed. I say bull crap to that.
You didn't hear. I didn't say you did.
Dog. I love you.
Okay. Go ahead and step out for me, Kenny.
I'm not stepping out. I'm refusing to search.
Okay, you're refusing to step out of the vehicle?
I'm refusing to search. Man.
Okay, so step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Come back here and stand with me.
I'm not.
335. I got one refusing to get out of the car. Just step out.
Just get a dog.
I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog to get.
Get a dog,
okay?
Man.
And if I had a dog, it doesn't hit on weed. I'm telling you.
Weed,
okay, I didn't say you did, brother.
Okay, you're not.
I said it smells like weed in your car. I have probable cause to search your car. Kenny, step out for me.
Not.
Step out for me, Kenny.
No, I'm not. Baby, the police got me pulled over. They threatened me to get out the car. I'm not getting out the car.
Kenny, just get out the car, man. I'm not trying to make this difficult.
You are making it difficult.
I'm not making it difficult. I'm not being racist. I'm asking you. I don't have a dog, sir.
Tell these folks I don't smoke weed.
He don't smoke weed.
Okay, I didn't say you smoked weed.
I don't.
What world does this dude live in? Thinking that he's going to call his girlfriend and ask her to tell them that he doesn't smoke weed, as if that's going to change anything. As if, what was this, the game show? You have the options of, phone a friend or do this. Like, what is he going? Does he think he's going to get anywhere by phoning her and having her say, yeah, he don't smoke weed? Like, does he legitimately think that that's going to cause the deputy to be like, man, I'm so glad you called this person for them to tell me. Now I know the truth. Like, you know what? Such a big mistake. I'm going to let you go. Bye-bye. Stupid.
Smoke weed.
I never accused you of smoking weed.
You saying I got to get out this car? I'm not. I'm refusing it.
Yeah, I am saying you have to get out of the car.
I'm refusing it.
You can't refuse to search. I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
You have a dog. You can't just say you smell weed.
Yeah, that's how the law works, Kenny.
No, it don't.
That's how the law works, brother.
Where are you?
I'm down here on Seville Road, baby. Like, this is not right, man. I'm literally not doing nothing wrong. I'm literally on my way.
You're on the wrong side of the road, brother.
Home, baby.
You're on the wrong side of the road. That's why I stopped
Literally,
you.
I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Kenny, man, I just need you to get out of the car, brother.
I'm not getting out the car.
All you have to do is step out and see me. I don't have a dog to get, brother.
You could have just gave me a ticket and said, get on. I don't smoke weed.
I don't have a dog to get here, okay? I don't have a dog to search your car.
Well,
I do not have a dog. I can't help you there. I'd like to have a dog. I don't have a dog.
Come down here, baby. I'm on Seville Road, baby. Just come down Seville Road like.
So now you hear the girlfriend in the background saying that she's on her way. She's coming there. This is why I think it would be a good piece of technology for police vehicles to have some type of communications jamming device in it. And that would prevent things like this from happening, where they have a stop and The person then starts contacting other people, and then those other people start showing up. The technology exists for cell phone jammers. Unfortunately, I think the way it is right now, a cell phone jammer would also then cause an officer's cell phone to become jammed as well. But I do think it would be a pretty neat piece of technology to where for a certain distance around the vehicle, like 30 feet or something like that, creates like a not force field, but creates like a bubble of a jamming frequency that jams all cell phone signals. That way a person, they couldn't be trying to summon other people to come there. And then one kind of nice piece of it would be they wouldn't be able to stream live the incident that's going on.
10 minutes.
I just need you to step out of the car, Kenny.
I'm refusing to search, man.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen if you don't step out of the car. We're going to have to drag you out of the car, and then you're going to go to jail.
I don't smoke marijuana.
So you can either step out of the car, or I can pull you out of the car.
Step out the car. No, sir.
So you can notice that her tone changes now that her backup has arrived. It has gone from, soft talking, please just get out of the car, brother, blah, 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 blah. Now, once this guy's here, now she starts saying, well, we're going to rip you out of the car. I think that the amount of time that elapsed with her doing all this soft talking and everything, I think that kind of built up into this guy's head that she's not about it. She's weak. And now that she is amping it up, starting to put a little bit more tone into her voice, I just don't think that he's taking it very serious. Because for such a long period of time, that was not being exhibited.
You can step out the car, or I'm pulling you out of the car, Kenny.
It's racist. I don't care what goes on. She asked you. She asked you to get out of the car.
Get out of the car, brother.
I said it smelled like weed. I need you to get a dog, please.
No, we don't have to have a dog when it smells like weed, brother. Get out of the car.
Marijuana in this car.
I'm gonna tell you one more time, Kenny. Get out of the car.
I can't, man.
You can't?
I'm recording this.
Okay, you can
telling
record
you
it.
right now.
That's fine. I'm recording too. I've recorded this whole interaction. Go ahead and get out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
You were on the wrong side of the road, Kenny.
I was not on the wrong side of the road.
You were driving on the wrong side of the road, brother. Get out of the car.
Side of the road.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I'm not. No, don't touch my car.
Get out of the car.
No, you can't do that.
Get out of the car.
Do that. You can't do this, man. You can't do this. Get your hands off of me, man. Please. Please get your hands off of me, please. Please.
Get out of the car.
I'm asking
Get
you
out of the
to
car.
please.
Get out of the car
I'm
now.
not doing nothing wrong.
Hey, get out of the car.
Please.
Now.
Please, I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Out of the car.
car.
Please, can I answer my call?
No, get out of the car.
Now.
Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the
Why
car.
are y'all doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me?
Get out of the car, man.
We got one taser point.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny.
This is not my car. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I didn't say it was your car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him.
Out of the car. What are you for, man? Get out of the car. What are you looking for?
Taser the board.
Get out
Get out of the car!
Get out of the car, no. I didn't do nothing.
Get out.
I didn't do nothing.
Get that
Kenny, you
seatbelt
better
on.
not
Please don't do this to me.
You're about to hit it
Please.
again.
You're gonna get him, Kenny.
Please.
Hit it.
Please stop me. Stop me.
I'm just gonna taste.
You hit it again.
335 shots fired. I'm hit. 334's hit. Ah! Leg! Ah! 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 Leg!
back this up.
This is not my car.
Taser point.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny. Oh, get out.
Please, stop.
Get out of the car
I'm
now.
not doing nothing wrong. Please get your hands off of me, please. Please.
Get out of the car.
I'm asking
Get
you
out.
to please stop.
Get out of the car
I'm
now.
not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please.
Now.
Please, I'm not doing.
So she went in to make physical contact with him to try and get him out of the vehicle, and it was unsuccessful. A taser is brought out and pointed at him in an effort to get him to comply. Sometimes just pointing at tasers at someone will make them comply. It's called red dot compliance. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and in this case, it just was not working with him. At this point, the guy has obviously refused to get out. He has resisted, touched the officer during this resistance. It is imperative to me at this point that they're going to have to use physical force to get him out. She used a lot of verbals to get him to get out of the vehicle. She attempted the de-escalation to get him out of the vehicle by talking softly with him and trying to plead with him. She bumped it up to going in, to getting physical, trying to get him out. He's resisting, pushing on her, grabbing hold of her. And now they've got taser out. And then it turns into this long, drawn-out process of making threats with taser. I think taser should have been deployed a lot sooner than what it was to establish control over this guy and to effect the arrest of him. Sometimes I feel like too many warnings are given, too many commands are given. It seems like in a lot of cases it turns into, you better do this or else I'm going to tell you again. You better do this or else I'm going to tell you again. That's not really effective. This guy, in this whole situation, there's a lot going on. And then when taser comes out, nothing immediately happens. It's still being long and drawn out. It should have been a lot quicker, a lot more simpler to just go ahead, deploy the less lethal force, and to get compliance and control over this person.
Nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please, can I answer my
No.
call?
No, get out of the car.
Now.
Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the
Why
car.
are y'all doing it?
So with this Taser 7, you actually get 2 dots. So with the older tasers, you only had 1 dot, and that would be the red dot. So I guess, the terminology now needs to be green dot compliance with the newer taser model there. But anyway, the top laser is an approximate point of impact for the top probe, and the red is an approximate point of contact for the bottom probe. In a kind of awkward positioning like this, where a person's in a seated position and you're kind of hanging out the door and the gun's tilted a little bit, I think it may have been a better option to turn the taser sideways, quote unquote gangster style, and line the dots up on his lower leg. And then when you have to fire, both probes are going to go into the leg, and then you just take the gun itself and ram it into the shoulder or upper arm area to complete that circuit. At this point, when he fires probes, there's a good chance that the probes are going to be so close together that it's not going to achieve NMI, neuromuscular incapacitation. And that is the key thing with how tasers work. They cause neuromuscular incapacitation when the probes are spread far enough apart for the electric current to go through the body. When the probes are so close together, it doesn't work. It's just almost the same as having just a regular stun gun from like Walmart or Fleetland or something like that. It's just pain compliance at that point. So when he fires that taser the first time, I think that's either what's happening, or with the thicker hoodie thing on, there's a possibility that there was a clothing disconnect where one probe hit but the other did not hit and make contact with skin or ionize around the area to be able to make the arc pass through.
To me, man.
I also think that when it comes to vehicles and stuff, because there's such a high chance or high risk of the person driving off, I think that pepper spray is probably the more viable, successful kind of option, because that pepper spray is going to cause involuntary eye closure. If he decides to drive off, well, he's probably going to hit that damn tree in front of him, hopefully, because he can't see where he's going. It causes, like I said, involuntary eye closure. And it being in confined space is going to cause a sensation of difficulty breathing. And, you know, I just think that pepper spray has unfortunately taken a kind of a backseat to things. You know, coach doesn't put it into play so much, always sitting on the bench. And I think because of that, it has kind of lost it's lost its popularity. And I think that if people started embracing pepper spray a whole lot more, I think you would probably see it be utilized a whole lot more, because if it got used more, people would see the benefits of it, especially in situations like this where they're in the car, they're refusing to come out, and then boom, they try to take off. If you paint their freaking face and just spray inside that car, yeah, you might not be able to go in right away because you're going to get cross-contaminated with it, but I guarantee you, they try to take off, they're not going to go very far. They're not going to see on where they're going to be able to go. And because pepper sprays are taser safe now, you can do two at the same time. One person sprays them, really screws them up, and then the other person deploys taser and locks them up. Kind of a double whammy kind of thing. And then I think that would have a higher degree of success in getting people to come out of that vehicle.
Man, why are you doing this to me?
Get out of the car, man.
We got one at taser point.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny.
This is not my car. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I didn't say it was your car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him.
So I don't know where that bottom probe went. It's hard to say for sure, because you do see the blast door come off the taser and everything. And it's low light. You know, there's not a whole lot of light coming into the lens there, so you just don't see a whole lot of clarity. I think that top probe hit, but I think that bottom probe may have possibly even hit the door frame. But it's hard to say for sure.
I'm not doing nothing
Get out of the car,
wrong.
Kenny.
I tell you what, let me go into the where's the there we go, playback speed. Alright, so let's slow it down to this, and then try to see what we see.
This is not my...
So mute the audio because the audio always sucks when you go into slow-mo. So you see something that kind of looked like it flew right in front of the screen. I might even have to slow it down a little bit more to see what that was, or see if we can even try to figure out what that was. But the red dot there, you see the red dot close to the leg, and then you'll see it hit the door frame at one point. Green dot on the arm. Of course, the arm moves. Green dot is no longer on the arm. And then now it's hitting his leg. Now back onto his arm. Alright, so that does look like a taser probe. You can see the wire. So the top, okay, let's follow the top one. The top one, boom, right there in the arm. The bottom one looks like it's gone down. It almost looks like you see the string or the wire right here, and then you see the lead itself. So I think, based off this kind of freeze frame, that the bottom probe never made contact. I think the bottom probe ricocheted off the door frame right here, and the top probe hit. So one probe is in this guy, and that's why he's able to talk and, you know, complain about it and everything. It's like, oh, why'd you pop me, or why'd you shoot me, or whatever he said. So right now, it's just pain compliance at this point. He will fire his second cartridge out of the taser, but due to this angle, we don't really get to see where those impacts are. But we do end up seeing what looks to be like another impact up in the arm area. This is the point where, after he fired the second cartridge, it looks like one of the other probes hit at a different distance and was starting to cause him more pain, because you see him react a whole lot different to this taser deployment. So that one, looks like one probe's right there in his arm. And it looks like the other probe. Yeah, so you can see both probes in the arm right there. As far as the bottom probe goes, don't know for sure. Can't see where it would be at. Now, well, there is one dangling off of him right there. I don't see anything on the leg that looks obvious. Now, when he delivers this other cycle, she reaches in and is touching him, and she is touching him between the points of where the probes would be at. Even though it's on the other side of the body, she's touching him, and she's touching him in an area where the current is passing, and she gets it. She starts to lock up. You hear her voice making that, you know, I'm being tased kind of voice sound, where you can actually kind of hear the pulses coming through their larynx. And then she steps back. So you can touch a person while they're being tased and not be tased from it. So say, for example, the probes are up in the, you know, upper back area. You can touch them on their leg where there's no probes near and be perfectly fine. You're not going to feel anything. As you start to go up into the area where the probes are at, then you can start to feel it. And then she ended up feeling it. So when she felt that and started to ride that lightning, that caused her to disengage and pull away and get it back out of the vehicle. I think that that could have been a bit of a detriment to this overall case right here. I think that could have given this guy some more time and opportunity to access his weapon in this fight. Whereas if she had stayed on top of him, it may have worked to their advantage to where he would not be able to access that gun. Where exactly he had that gun at, I don't know for sure. But it's possible that if she had stayed in the fight after experiencing that taser exposure, that this guy may not have been able to get access to that firearm. That's one of the reasons why it is such a good idea for officers to experience a taser exposure. That way, you become a little bit, I won't say acclimated to it, but you understand what it feels like. Not just a probe exposure, but also a drive stun exposure as well. That way, you feel in both ways what it feels like. It's not foreign to you. You've already felt it before. You know, with drive stun, you can fight through that. It's just pain compliance at that point, and you can fight through pain. Just like with OC. OC is pain compliance, pretty much. You can fight through that. All right, so we'll fast forward a little bit. Oh, wow, that's a little too fast forward. All right, so you're going to see him pull his gun out here in a second. All right, so I think he has grabbed the gun at this point, and you'll see him produce it out the window. Boom, that first shot, he shoots at her. He fires two at him and then another one at her. So let's see that again. All right, so boom, first shot fired. You see it here on the left. Now check out the right frame. So I don't know if that's just her reacting like, oh shit, I just got shot at, or if she was impacted in the vest. She goes down in the time frame that she's falling down, or in between when that first round's fired at her and her falling down. He fires at the male officer a couple times, and then as in the midst of her falling, he ends up turning the gun back on her and fires again. And so I think it's possible that that second time he fired at her, he ended up shooting her in the leg. All right, so I'll play this one more time on the shooting, and then we'll go back into normal speed. All right, let's go back to normal, audio on.
335 shots fired. I'm hit. 334's hit. Ah! Leg! Ah! 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 Leg!
All right. So she only fires 3 rounds at this guy as he's fleeing. I'm not impressed with only 3 rounds being fired. I would have liked to have seen more rounds sitting down range. But that's the thing, the Monday quarterback deal. You can say all this, but she may not have truly had the opportunity to do it, because you could see in that slow freeze frame where the first round was fired at her, rounds fired at him, and then she starts taking more rounds again. She moves and gets off the X, and while she's doing this, the guy actually fires again at the male officer. And so, to her perspective, as she's turning and moving and she's hearing additional gunshots, she has no idea if she is continuing to be fired at, or if this guy has switched who he's shooting at is now shooting at him. But I think that once she started to move and get off the X, I think that once a little bit of movement was done, I think it could have been a good opportunity to get that gun out and start laying down fire. Once she got around to the side of her car, she was behind some form of cover. Yes, it is best to put as much vehicle between you and the threat as possible, and that is normally done in the long axis where bad guy vehicles in front of you. You go from the front of your vehicle to the back of your vehicle. That way you have the entire length of that vehicle and all that material to help slow down rounds. The downside to doing that is you start to lose some situational awareness, because you got so much crap in between you and the threat. And then also at night, these bright ass LED lights, man, they are freaking blinding. And personally, I think that sometimes these lights are a little too much. Back in the day when you just had the regular rotator light bars and the strobes and stuff, yeah, I could maybe see the justification for wanting to have additional lights on the vehicle and everything. But now with the way LEDs are, and some vehicles just being decked out with LEDs with a full light bar, visor lights, side lights, deck lights, grill lights, tail light flashers, like, that's too damn much. That's a lot of light, and that's a lot of blinding light, to where once you get behind this stuff, you're not going to be able to see shit very well. And so I think there is a point of too much light, and I think that's probably something that needs to be addressed. Is let's tone it down a bit, guys. Right? Like, I don't know if you've ever been out driving at night and police have someone pulled over, but those LEDs are so damn bright that they damn near blind you and you can't see shit. It's almost a safety concern, pretty much. But anyway, kind of got off on a rant there. I think that once she got to a bit of a better position, she could have started firing more rounds at this guy versus going all the way to the back of the vehicle. And then even when she went to the back of the vehicle and started coming around some, definitely think she could have fired a whole lot of more rounds into this guy, or at this guy.
Help! Help! I've been shot! I've been shot! Help! 330, 335, 344's down. I've been hit. Suspect fled back towards town on Severe Road. I've been shot. I need your help. Yes, get out. I need your help.
Tell me what you need me to do.
I gotta get this on and help my partner. Help me twist this, please. Twist it really tight. Twist it again. Oh my God. Okay. Twist it again. Twist it as hard as you can, okay?
I got you.
That's good. Put it in the thing.
It's there.
Okay. Oh my God.
Here, there.
335. I've got a tourniquet applied. I'm trying to get to 344. So the suspect's gone. He went that way. I gotta get you. I gotta get you my partner. Are you okay? Yeah. My people are on the way. You need to sit down. Give me my mic. You need to sit down. I need to get. Yeah.
Get in the truck.
You need to sit down. You need to sit down. You need to sit down. 335. It's a.
Type vehicle is going to be a 2011 blue RX-5 Lexus.
What's your name, brother?
Ricky.
Hold my hand, please. 335. Got a tourniquet applied. 344's down. I can't get to him. He's
not breathing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up here. You may back up.
Do you think?
Is that your only place? Is in the leg? I think. That's all I feel.
306, you have 3/4 split channel.
I confirm we're getting another unit time on.
Can you lay your head down?
Vehicle's on 20.
I couldn't even see what kind of car it was.
306, we have channel 2 open. Channel 2 is now open.
306, how far out are you? I hear a siren, I think.
We got units not 3 or 4 minutes out from you. I'm 3 miles out. Stay tight.
I hear him.
335, I think I'm about to go unconscious. 344's down, I can't get to him.
We're coming, Shelby. Hold on.
Okay.
306 John Center, open up channel 2 for everybody else. Get that vehicle description out on channel 2.
Stand by.
I'm right here, I'm
She's
okay.
right here.
I'm okay, take care of Greg. Take care of Greg. Take care of Greg.
Come on.
I can't, brother, I can't. I don't think I can.
Come on, help me get her in the car. Help me get her in the car.
In your car?
Yeah, my car.
Let me help. Let me help. I can't walk.
Well, you got a tourniquet?
All right. So this officer gets there. The first person he checks on is the male officer. He leaves him and then comes to the female officer. Some people may have a problem with this, and it's because they don't understand medicine. They don't understand first aid. So when it comes to tactical combat casualty care, there is triage involved. And even in normal hospital settings, there is triage involved. The doctors, out of 10 people there, they'll look at the ones who need to be seen first, which ones don't need to be seen, etc. When it comes to this type of pre-hospital care, a person who appears to be deceased, you skip them, you leave them. There's no sense in trying to put all kinds of effort into saving them when they're not showing any signs of life, and there are other people who are showing signs of life. And if you put too much effort into these people who don't show signs of life, then the ones who do show signs of life may end up not having any more signs of life because you wasted too much time on someone that is non-viable. So he did the right thing. He came up to him, he checked the officer, and from what he could see, there's nothing he could do for this officer who's down. So his next priority is, where's the other one? Are they up? Are they moving? He already knows that she was talking, and then heard on the radio that she thought that she's going to be going unconscious. So this guy that's down, he recognizes, can't save him, can't do anything for him. He's already gone. So he moves on to the next person who he can do something for.
Yeah.
All right, where are you trying? Just on the leg?
Hold on, I think that's her only. It's her only. One right here. I think it's just my boy.
It's gonna hurt.
I know.
A properly applied tourniquet is going to hurt. So when that tourniquet was put on the first time, and there wasn't seemingly a whole lot of pain response to it, it kind of made me wonder, is it going on correctly? And then after that, when she's in the car and she makes the comment that she thinks she's going unconscious, well, that kind of puts it in my head that the tourniquet was not effectively applied and she was continuing to lose a lot of blood, and that is why she was having the sensation of about to be passing out, because she probably is close to that point from all the blood loss. When you apply a tourniquet, number one, it needs to be high as possible, and then when you start tightening that thing down, it needs to get to the point where you just physically cannot twist that thing anymore. And if it gets to that point, it should be extremely painful and uncomfortable. That's how you know you put it on right. So this officer is there. Now, I don't know what kind of adjusting he's doing. Once you've put a tourniquet on, you keep it on. You don't undo it just to redo it. At that point, you bring another tourniquet out and you put it on them and you make that one right. Because even when a tourniquet is on incorrectly, it may be diminishing the blood flow just a little bit. It may not be doing it correctly the best way, but it may be doing it a little bit. And if you release that pressure, you're going to open the floodgates at that point. So you don't ever want to take off a tourniquet just to readjust it. Could you tighten it some more? Yeah, potentially. But the best thing is just to bring out another tourniquet, try to apply it as high and tight as possible, and tighten that thing down.
Oh my God!
I got shoved in the car.
I'm getting her to the hospital.
All right, so he has taken her and he has thrown her in the back of the squad and is going to take off and go to the hospital. Aside from the tourniquet being applied, this level of care that is being offered to her is the same level of care that was offered before the 1970s. probably before the 1960s and 50s. This was how pre-hospital care was done back in the day. You just throw someone in the back of the vehicle and you haul ass down the road to the hospital or to a doctor's office. Because we didn't have ambulances back then, not like we have today. A little bit before 1970, you had, some funeral homes that would use their hearse as kind of like an ambulance kind of deal. Larger, towns and stuff, they may have, taken some of these old hearses and converted them into actual ambulances and having trained people in them to operate on people while they're going down the road. But before that, in the very early days, like 40s and stuff, 30s and 40s and 50s, a lot of places, it was just throwing a person in the back of a car and taking off as fast as you can. And then the only intervention that was done was when you got to the hospital or doctor's office, and then they started doing work. So he has a tourniquet on her. He adjusted it, I guess maybe made it tighter. He took her vest off, I guess maybe doing a search for additional wounds, possibly, don't know for sure. But the tourniquet's the only thing on there. So there's some more that could be done for her. A pressure bandage could be placed over top of that wound that she has. Hemostatic agent being poured onto the wound, or a hemostatic pressure bandage could have been utilized to put over top of that to really stop or diminish that blood flow. I'm not 100% opposed to, throwing someone in a car and taking off, but you have to think that when that person goes unconscious, what's being done for them? Are they in a good enough position to where their airway is going to stay open? The back of a squad is not set up for transporting people in a supine position. You have to be in a seated position. So sometimes the seats that are in the back are the factory seats and it's all flat. Some come with the molded plastic seats. You're not laying perfectly flat on something like that. And so it would be very easy for a person to roll off the seat and into the floorboard area and then land in a weird position to where they can't breathe. So I don't think that throwing someone in the back of the car is the greatest option. If you're going to throw someone in the back of a car and take off, I think it's best to at least have another person in the back of the car with them so that they can help maintain an open airway if that person goes unconscious, and to also continue to provide medical care for that person, adding a pressure bandage to it, etc.
He's right there.
Now, the other officer arrives here and comes to this officer's side right here. He does not appear to have an aid bag or anything like that. It just looks like he's putting gloves on. So what is he going to be able to do? Does he have medical equipment on him? I don't know. Possibly. It's not going to be a whole lot. So when it comes to medical gear, my thoughts and recommendations are that you have medical gear on you and you have supplemental and additional medical gear in the vehicle. So your on-body carry for medical gear can be, as minimum as a tourniquet. You can do more, but at least bare minimum, carry a tourniquet. Beyond that, you can get little small packages, something that goes in the small of the back. You can get a medical ankle holster. There's a product that fits into the pocket of a vest. So, you got a plate carrier or something, you can slide that in behind the plate, or into the actual vest itself, like where a trauma plate or something like that would go. There's options to carrying medical gear on you. If you have outer vests and you can have big pouches on there, you can put a big IFAC on there. So definitely have some form of medical gear on you so that you can rapidly put it into play. Your vehicle stuff is going to be supplemental and additional. So that is the stuff that is or can be used for all other people, random citizens. The gear that you carry on you ideally should be reserved just for you and your teammates, and that's it. Everyone else wait for the stuff that's in the vehicle. The stuff in the vehicle is going to have more stuff to be able to treat at least 3 people, but have doubles of stuff. You've got a tourniquet that you carry on you. Okay, great. Well, your bag that you keep in your car also has another tourniquet. You got pressure bandage that you carry on you. Great. Well, your bag is also going to have another one on it, or in it. Ideally, it's best that you have more than one of that kind of stuff in that bag, so that you can, if a person has multiple injuries, you can very adequately deal with those injuries, and or if there's multiple people with injuries, you can at least treat those multiple people who have those injuries.
Right off the main road.
So now we'll get into McCowan's.
Reassessing of previous traffic between AMR and Robson, altered mental status patient, 1225 Hitch Road, 24-year-old male.
344.
A lot of people don't catch little stuff like this, but let's replay it. Very softly closes the door instead of slamming it shut. So this guy's got pretty good mindset, I believe. He listened to the training and has embraced it. Getting out with vehicles, getting out with people. When you get out of your vehicle and you slam that door shut, it makes a loud noise. And then that alerts people to your presence. It lets them know that you're there, and then also it lets them know that you are getting out of the vehicle and potentially coming to them. And so just wanted to point that out. Just the little things like that. A lot of people they don't know what's going on. Like there's more going on than what people can read in a lot of scenarios. And I think this is one of them. Just that small, little subtle, closing of the door had so much going on there that so many people would see and not even recognize the significance of it.
I don't smoke marijuana.
So you can either step out of the car
I don't.
or I
Can you please?
You can step out the car.
No, sir.
You will.
I like how he is immediately all about business. And then this guy, so this is another thing when I talked about earlier, when these people act this way and start getting stupid, they do what's called sergeant shopping. And they'll find someone who will pander to them or coddle them. And this is exactly what he was doing. He thought this guy arriving here, he thought he could play his little small violin to this guy and get him to get on his side. He's trying to get this power struggle to go in his direction the way he wants it to go. obviously, Deputy McCowan does not play that game, and very quickly shut his ass down on that, and in an appropriate manner too. He wasn't all soft voiced or anything. This is game time, right? And he's got his game voice on, and that immediately told that dude, it's like, all right, well, I can't play fuck games with this guy. He ain't about it. So what's he do? He turns back around and re-engages her verbally. Why? Because he's been playing the fuck game with her for so long. It's working for him with her. It's not going to work with Deputy McGowan here.
Get out of the car.
Y'all treat me as racism, man.
This racism. I don't care what color you are, dude. She gave you a lawful command.
I don't smoke marijuana. She said
She asked you. She asked you to get out of the car.
Get out of the car, bro.
I said it smell like weed. I need you to get a dog, please.
No, we don't have to have
asking
the
you
dog.
to get a dog.
It smells
There
like
has
weed,
been
brother.
no
Get out of the car.
marijuana in this
Okay.
car.
I'm gonna tell you one more time, Kenny. Get out of the car.
I can't, man.
You
I'm
can't?
recording this.
Okay,
I'm
you can
telling you
record
right
it.
now.
That's fine. I'm recording too. I've recorded this whole interaction. Go ahead and get
But
out
I'm
of the
not
car.
doing nothing wrong.
You were on the wrong side of the road, Kenny.
I was not on the wrong side
You
of
were
the road.
driving on the wrong side of the road, brother.
I'm
Get out
on
of
the
the
wrong
car.
side of the road.
Get out of the car.
You delegitimize yourself when you give a person basically an ultimatum and then you do not deliver on that. She told him, I'm not going to tell you again. And then when he refuses to do anything, she continues on this fucking bantering of talking with him. She's not selling herself as being legitimate. She's not selling herself as being, I'm not the one. She's selling herself as, yeah, I am the one.
Get out of the car.
I'm not. No.
You're about to go to jail for refusing.
No, you can't do that.
You're about to go.
You can't do this, man. You can't do this. Get your hands off of me,
Tase
man.
him.
Please. Please get your hands off of me,
Go ahead,
please.
Go ahead.
Please.
Get out of the car. Get your ass out of the car.
Get out of the car
I'm
now.
not doing nothing wrong.
Out of the car.
Now.
Please, I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car.
Please, can I answer
No.
No, get out of the car.
Now.
Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the
Why
car.
y'all doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this to me?
Get out of the car, man.
We got one at taser point.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Get out of the car, Kenny.
This is not my car. I'm not doing nothing
I didn't say it
wrong.
was your car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, hit him. Out of the car.
For, man.
Get out of the car.
For.
Taser deployed. Out of the car. Get out of the car, dude.
I didn't do nothing.
Get out.
I didn't do nothing.
Get that seatbelt on him. Go
Please
get the
don't
seatbelt.
do this to me,
You're about to get it again.
Please. Please.
You're about to get it again.
Stop. Let me talk to my man.
Get him out.
I just got tased.
You're getting it again. Oh, shit.
I told you, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
I told you, motherfucker.
That's the real Kenneth right there. Shouting, I told you, motherfuckers. That's him. That's the real Kenneth Dehart right there. The little, oh, I just came from my grandma's, took a video, we was doing some painting. I'm just trying to get home, get some clothes. I just went to my son's basketball game. I'm all soft talking, I'm kind of the victim here. Just put my hair up, blah 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 blah. No. A wolf in sheep's clothing. The image that he was portraying earlier, that is not him. This right here is the real deal. That's who he is. He is a violent and murderous piece of shit who, after shooting an officer, yells, I fucking told you. and then drives the officer over, drives over his foot and leg. All right, so she felt the cycle of the taser and backs away. And like I said, I think that is possibly a contributing factor to this guy getting easier access to his gun. I think that if after she felt that exposure and when the taser cycle ended, if she continued to stay on this guy and maintain physical contact and trying to gain control over him, I think it would have either A, prevented him from getting access to that weapon, or B, at least delayed him in getting immediate access to it, and may have been able to see that he was getting access to it, and then she may have been able to draw her gun and pump rounds into him before he could ever get it pointed at them or even get his hand on it. But again, that's like the butterfly effect. You just, all these what ifs or whatever. That's the whole thing of the Monday quarterback, right? Like, this, and this could have happened, and this could have happened, yada, yada, yada. It's just a big what if game. But I do think that, there's something there, that if she could have maintained contact with this guy, that it could have played out a lot different. Yeah. Getting tased sucks, but it's not the end of the world there, honey. All right, so at this point, I think as he has leaned back into the car, his leaning is either him repositioning his body to where he can get his hand down into his waistband area and get the gun out, or it is him being able to reach between the seats or maybe behind the passenger seat somewhere. Somehow, in this instance, he is gaining access to that gun. We see one hand right there. The other arm is down along here. So I think it's possible that he was accessing it somewhere down around the seat area. So boom, gun comes out. He fires that first round at her and then quickly turns the gun on McCowan and fires. That first round that he actually fires at McCowan, not that one, but boom, that one. I think that one obviously hit McCowan. Where exactly at, don't know. They have not released that information, and it'll probably be a long time before that ever gets released, if it ever gets released. I'm actually kind of surprised that they actually released this part of the footage and showed him going down. A lot of agencies shy away from releasing videos of their officers dying out of a respect thing. They don't want to disrespect him, the officer or their family by releasing the image or images of them dying, and they don't want to, disrespect the co-workers and everything like that. I get where people are thinking. I understand, what their thoughts are, but at the end of the day, I think that they're wrong in wanting to censor all that. I think that it is good that people see this. Number one, from the training aspect of it. People can learn from incidents like this. Other officers can learn from incidents like this. Which is the whole point of me doing the Monday quarterback series, right? Like showing these videos, breaking it down, seeing what happens so you can learn from these things. The lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. Even in death, people have something to say. They have something to teach. And I think that It is an honorable thing to show what has happened and allow them to continue to carry that torch even after death of being able to show the way, to be able to teach others. And I think it's good for the public to see this, because otherwise the public doesn't fully understand the gravity of things. They don't fully see that there are true walking human colostomy bags out there, and that people like this Kenneth Dehart guy are walking colostomy bags. A waste of space, oxygen thieves. And it helps to dispel any myths that are created by people like Dehart. Or in the event, that they end up, dying from return fire, it prevents the family and their attorneys from creating a bunch of bullshit lies and trying to put a spin on the incident and make it look like the police are the bad people. So I think it's good to see this stuff for those reasons there. One, there's a teaching moment in this, and then two, it dispels any bullshit lies that comes from these little fucking miscreant motherfuckers. Now, when he does get shot, he makes a noise. I can't remember what it was. Let's play it, see what he says. So he says, "Oh shit." Then they mute the sound. So she's over here. He's right there. This guy's still in his vehicle. So pay attention to the door and window area of the suspect vehicle. So he fires another round. He opens that door, he aims that gun down to the officer who's already down and gives him the execution shot. And that is when they mute the sound as well. So I think that the reason they probably muted the sound during that small time frame is probably because of the sounds that were made when that execution shot was fired. It could be that one of two things. I think it could be that execution round caused the officer to either A, make more of a screaming kind of noise, which is common during fight or flight freeze response, or it caused the gurgling kind of death rattle noise that often happens when a person is taking their last breath. So it's one of those two things, I think, that is probably the reason why they muted out what was going on. And I think if that's what is going on, again, like I said, I understand why they're would be muting that. They don't want to have any disrespect. They want to uphold the image of that person, but at the same time, if it was him making a yelling, kind of screaming noise, or it's the gurgling, agonal breathing kind of noise, I think the public needs to hear that. I think they need to hear that death noise and know that this murderer caused a lot of pain and suffering on this officer. Shot him while the officer's down. He's not moving any. Like when he goes down, he's kind of flat, not doing a whole lot. Like he's not even doing anything at that point to where it would be a justification for anyone in their right mind to be like, oh, this guy's, is reaching for his gun. He's trying to get me. No, he's laying on the ground. Like he's out of the fight pretty much. And he just kind of leans out that door and pops him one more time to give him a little execution shot. That right there is the most damning thing right there. That shows what this dude's true character is like. That is the murderous aspect of him.
Off the radio. 235 on the way to you.
So her rounds hit the vehicle. Don't know exactly where at, but she did put holes in that car. It's just unfortunate that she didn't put a hole in him. I hate that. I wish that she could have ventilated his ass right then and there, and be done with this fucking piece of shit. This guy, Dehart, he's a badass when he can pull a gun and ambush people, right? But when the boys roll up with SWAT gear on, he's all of a sudden not a badass anymore. He's a little bitch and gives up and gets cuffs put on him. If he was such a badass, he would have went out guns blazing. But no, he's only a badass when he can ambush people. When he can sucker punch people, he can sucker shoot people. And that's how these thugs are. That's how all these freaking thugs are. There is no honor amongst these thugs. There's no class with them. They are like freaking hyenas. All right, so enough of the body cam footage here. There's really not a whole lot more to talk about with what we've seen. Hit a lot of talking points in this. Now let's go find out more about Kenneth Dehart. All right, so this is from WBIR.com. So this article kind of gives some information about this dude's background. So back in 2004, he had a standoff with police. He's got felony weapons record. So the 42-year-old man suspected of killing a Blount County deputy and wounding another deputy is a convicted felon with a violent past who served time in prison on a weapons charge, federal records show. As of Friday morning, Kenneth Wayne Dehart Jr. was a fugitive following a shooting Thursday night in Blount County in which authorities say he killed a deputy and wounded another. He fled after the shooting. He was convicted in 2005 in U.S. District Court in Knoxville on the weapons charge, records show. He was sentenced to 37 months in prison to be followed by 3 years of supervised release. The conviction came as a result of a police stop and standoff on August 31, 2004 in Pigeon Forge. Dehart was riding in a vehicle with another man who identified himself as George Simmons. According to a Pigeon Forge police report, the stop occurred on the parkway in the parking lot of Stewart's Discount Drugs. Riding in the front passenger seat, Dehart gave his name as Jerome Roberson. During the stop, Dehart refused to cooperate with authorities and put a gun to his head. Going back to that incident right there, it's unfortunate that the moment he pulled a gun out, somebody just didn't fucking ventilate his ass right then and there. Or he actually, pop himself and unsubscribe himself from life. If that would have happened, then all would be good. All would be right in the world. Mr. Dehart was later found not to have a permit for this weapon. Mr. Dehart held police at bay while threatening to kill himself. Dehart has outstanding warrants for weapon offenses in Blount County. Dehart ultimately was arrested and taken into custody. Police say they found 3 hydrocodone pills in his pocket. Simmons ended up being a co-defendant with Dehart in the federal case. Dehart also has been in the custody of the state prison system. Tennessee Department of Correction records show his term in the state system ended in 2007. So looking at that, I did look at the Tennessee probation and parole. It didn't. I can't remember what it showed that he did in Tennessee. Let me see if I still got it brought up in my other browser. So and of course it reset, and now it doesn't want to show anything. So go figure. So I can't remember off the top of my head what happened in 2000, or what happened for him to be on the probation and parole site. But anyway, later he was charged in 2017 in Blount County with attacking his girlfriend and trying to strangle her. The incident happened in June 2017. A grand jury indicted him on an aggravated assault count. He pled guilty about a year later to misdemeanor domestic assault. In 2017, he also faced accusations of violating an order of protection. His past arrest record includes aggravated assault case from 2002. And that's all they've mentioned on there. So this guy has a history of violence going back as far as 2002. He has not only been involved with, local and state level law enforcement, but has been apprehended and charged at the federal level as well. Just an all-around bad guy. This is where I think it would be beneficial to have an all-across-the-board 3 strikes, you're out kind of deal. And this is where, when you have, state government and then federal government, each state has different laws, has different things going on, and then the federal has their stuff going on. This is where I really wish that we had some type of federal level law in this country where, you commit an offense in this state that's violent, and you commit, another violent one over here, and then your third one over there, or even if they're all in the same state. It's 3 strikes, you're out, you go to prison, 20 years minimum, not a day fucking less. There are so many people like this guy who are in and out of the system time after time after time after time after time, and they get sweet plea deals for no good reasons at all. Some of them get plea deals because they snitch on other people, right? Like, they're, oh, you want to know where the drugs are coming from? I know this, know this dude. Oh, I know about a murder, blah, blah, blah. So some of them get plea deals because they give up information. Other ones, they just get plea deals because they fucking exist. And I don't get that. Like, why are we giving some of these people plea deals when there's nothing that they bring to the table except their rap sheet? How do they have this bargaining power? It makes no sense to me. I don't have a whole lot of faith or respect anymore for prosecutors and judges. I think that they are probably the real and true menace to society. Yeah, gang members and criminals like this are a menace to society. But honestly, judges and prosecutors are probably the biggest menaces to society because they let these little motherfuckers out left and right. Plea deals. You get charged with something and then, oh, you know what? Instead of us going to trial and doing all this, if you just go ahead and say that, you're wrong and you did this, we'll drop this charge from this and we'll put it down to this one. It's a lot lower level charge, a lot less time involved. You know, you won't spend a whole lot of time in if you just go ahead and, you know, go ahead and plead guilty for us. And then they do this, and then the prosecutor, you know, acting like he's a fucking somebody, some badass, gets to put another little notch on his belt for a guilty conviction. And then at the end of the day, you know, he's like, yeah, I got me 115 convictions. Not really. Not truly. You didn't go to trial on all those. You got a bunch of guilt. You got a bunch of plea deals out of those. That's where the bulk of your little notches on your belt come from. You're not fucking Matlock there, buddy. Like, you ain't some great grand wizard in the fucking courtroom. You're just a lazy fucking piece of shit who makes deals with pieces of shit. So, yeah, this guy, realistically, I don't think should have ever been out of prison based off his criminal background there. Should have been locked away in a cage where he belongs. But instead, because of the failures of the criminal justice system, this guy was released back out into the community and ended up killing a police officer and seriously wounding and almost killing another. It's wrong. This should not be happening. We do need justice reform in this country, but not in the sense that the liberals want. The justice reform that we need is to get hard on crime. You know, people want to talk about how the U.S. has, you know, the largest, you know, prison systems, you know, in the world. We got more people locked up, yada, yada, yada. I don't think we have enough people locked up. I don't think we have enough prisons. I think we need more prisons. Actually, what I think we need, I can't really publicly say on YouTube because, you know, they can give me a strike on my channel for inciting violence. You know, I'll put it like this. We as a society recognize the fact that a vicious dog cannot be rehabilitated. When a vicious pit bull goes out and bites people, there's two options. Option A, that dog is going to have to be confined for the rest of its life. It will always have to stay in a kennel. The only time it can come out of a kennel is for, you know, visiting the vet. Can't take it out in the public. You know, can't walk it on a leash. It needs to be locked up at all times. The second option, euthanasia. Put it down. We understand this. We know. We just can't keep a dog locked up in a cage for 2 years and then one day be like, okay, Cujo, you spent some time behind bars, you're rehabilitated, we're going to let you out in public, go forth and do good things. You did your time, you're a changed dog. Peace. No, Cujo's going to go out and bite more people. But somehow, we've become stupid as a society and have lost that basic concept when it comes to vicious people. Personally, when it comes to vicious people, two options. And I think that's where we need to be at. But a lot of people have a hard time going with option B. So, you know, a lifetime confinement, I think, is the next best answer right there for violent repeat offenders. Just lock them away for the rest of their life so they can't harm any other people. Alright, that's it. Nothing else to say about this video or this piece of shit person. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.